A few hours later. It had been a long day. Everyone wanting to know every single detail and staying well beyond their shift had been over. Finally, she was going home. Elizabeth looked around to see which brother would collect her and did not recognise the girl that almost bumped into her. "I still don't know what to say. Thank you so much. What happened was something that weighed me down. To get my old job back and clear my name in the space of a day, No, don't cry." Elizabeth put a comforting arm around Onome. "I know how it feels, seeing how you were being set up and feeling that the end result is inevitable. Emily had everything under control. One had to really look to suspect something fishy. Even Bosse believed everything that Emily fed her. I'm so happy that it is all out. I wasn't sure how it would go today. I had no idea that my mother took matters into her own hands yesterday, but I'm not surprised. She can't ever stand back and allow any form of an injustice to take place. I think had it been just me, it might not have gone so well. Emily, even with a photograph of her son, would have had me out the door. She would have found a way. The way she kept quiet when it all came out gave me an inkling of how dangerous she is. I got all the information from my boss. I didn't know that I had a detective in the making in the mall. Can you imagine? Those people playing with my reputation and professional future. And every morning that Emily woman would greet me and smile at me. Meanwhile, she was sneaking things past us, and then her son was using my name to identify himself when he either sold or gifted them. I tell you, very wicked people. Obby is in my boss's office as we speak, explaining how he allowed so many items leave this mall. He's wide awake now. Jimmy joined them, shaking his head at the last bit. "I wonder if they got her son," Elizabeth said. "Yes, they did," Jimmy said, "and a few others went down with him. They would come to the mall and distract you ladies with unnecessary questions, whilst an accomplice would take what they needed. I suspect one of them is Adenika's friend, with the red car, from the way she stared at the photograph. That will teach her to not boast with what isn't hers. They had a small setup, selling stolen stuff to their university friends, their families, etc. The police also discovered a small stash of items they had been stealing from different shops. You see, I told Adenika when she left here, not looking too happy, by the way, that she should continue looking for those flashy men that seem to have made it. One day they will arrest her along with one of them. She, of course, didn't admit to understanding what I was going on about. Perhaps her friend is innocent and just lent his car to another friend. But I suspect that he will be questioned and that his hands are not clean. Me? I have my plan, climb up the ladder, become head of security, and then open my own detective agency in a few years. After today, I can see that I'm good at solving crime. It might take longer to get where I want to be, but nobody will accuse me of being dishonest. My first case, and I got to the end of things so quickly. Jimmy beamed with pride. "But you didn't solve the case, Elizabeth did," Onome pointed out, laughing. "Aha, didn't you see how quickly I put things together as soon as I was called to the office? I'm sharp. I intend offering Elizabeth here a job as an assistant detective in a few years' time. Vision for the future. Vision for the future." He winked and smiled at them, turning around to speak to someone who had called him, as Elizabeth thought that her vision for the future was broader, as it involved a ring and him waiting for her at the altar. The inhabitants of the Safe Haven Orphanage will be back, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. To stay up to date with Patricia Asedegbega's work, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications.